Kamen Rider Zi-O.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review for the DX Time Machine or Time Mazine and the OOO, I almost said Lockseed, Ride Watch, also known as Tide My Jeans. Watch our The Streets on Fridays. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's do the Time Machine first, just because that's like the main event. So if you don't know the series, then that's okay, because you should just watch other stuff. No, it's fine. But, you know, this is the time machine they use to travel back into small increments in time to like the year 2017. It's like, oh my god, everything's so different. Anyway, I'm weird in this one, guys. But this is kind of like the standard machine mode. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's pretty lazy. Like, it's kind of neat the way that the arms here fit together to form this bit, but like the legs back here are just legs. It's always looked to me like a weird, like, instead of a centaur, like it just has like a bike head. Like, it's weird. It's like, oh, it's got legs and then kind of a bike? Like, I don't know. I don't mind the robot design, spoiler alert for when I transform it in a few seconds, but I feel like this design here just leaves a lot to be desired. I'm just not too huge on it. I feel they could have made it a little bit more clever and neat looking in this mode. I mean, there's gotta be one person out there that's like, this is the greatest vehicle of all time, but I'm just, you know, not a fan of this. I mean, the legs are just, there's just the legs. Like, that's it. That's all she wrote. Like, yeah, so it's, I mean, you can adjust them a little bit too if you want, because they're gonna move because they're legs, but I mean, they don't even have the courtesy to spin around and click together like everything else, honestly. But to transform it, it's pretty easy. You detach this bit here, because this bit's gonna, oops, let me move up a little bit, because this bit's gonna be where the head goes. And then you basically just separate this, because these are gonna become the arms. And these bits fold around here, these bits around here, and then these bits here are going to be like the fists, you know, back here. And so you can see that those will like fold together and click. So like when you get it, it comes in its robot mode, like in the box and stuff like that. But this is just how I wanted to do it. But yeah, basically you just straighten it out and get it to stand up a little bit, like this. Yeah, so it's super simple, and just to repeat myself again, like the main thing you're doing is after you fold this out is just snapping these together, but that's like the most transformy, to use a technical term, as it gets, because the legs are just like, oh, guys, we forgot to like do something with the legs. Should we like make them click together or fold in? Like, no, just like have them floating in the back. No one's gonna notice. They're only gonna care about the robot. So this is in its blank TV head form. No. This is where your ride watch is going to go. It comes with just a blank, like, shell of a ride watch. Like, literally, this is just a shell of, like, the Zi-O ride watch, which is nice, actually. I've seen stuff, like, be a jerk about it, where they make you, like, oh, you have to have the Ziku Driver or a Gashapon to put it in there. But I like that they have this placeholder other than a cardboard thing. I did want to point out here that this actually swivels, which is super nice, because it kind of gives a point of articulation here for the robot. But there it is, Tide My Jeans robot. I do like the design for this. It's not like favorite robot of all time, but I think it's pretty neat looking. I like the idea of the ride watch as a head. It is a little bit basic and gray, as you can see, like very basic, like the most basic kind of boring colors. But the design for it is definitely a lot cooler than like the Time Machine mode. And you get some articulation, you know, you can move the arms a little bit. As you can see, I was swiveling them around. You have some articulation here, which is nice. The legs as well, so that's like neat. It very easily could have just been a pretty stationary robot. So you can get some personality out of his articulation, which is nice. And like I said, it's really nice that you can actually move this. Like, if you watched any of my other reviews, I always mention how just like a head tilt of articulation can really make the difference for me in terms of like personality. So it's just like a nice touch, because again, I could very easily have seen them like making it so that it was just stationary at front. Like they didn't have to include that swivel. So I just want to like highlight that as like a nice touch. And even though, you know, we have the placeholder one, it is designed so that you can put like any other ride watches in it. Like we have OOOs here that it came with. It's a little bit more of a tighter fit, but yeah. So you can have OOOs there, you can put any of the other ones there. Again, bit of a tighter fit. But if you spoiler alert that out, I was trying to wait to show that, but you're gonna be able to put the Zi-O figures in there. But here is the non-spoiler alert. There it is with the authentic, real one. And watch this. Oh my god, sound effects for it! So there's Zi-Os. I'm not going to do all of them, just kind of like a couple here. So like I said, Zi-Os, and then just Gates, because he's the other main guy. So there's, you can be like, it's sort of like Gates' time machine, but not really. Like, oh, there we go. So there we go, Gates. Yay! that's one thing I'm a little disappointed in, is I feel this would have been a neat opportunity to have some sort of sound effects in it. Like, yeah, we just saw that the gates and Zi-O Ride Watches say Time Mazine, but I mean, this couldn't have even had one button to say Time Mazine also. It is actually the Mazine. That it is timing. Like, it's just... So yeah, so you can also put your little RFK or RKF, I always say it wrong, figures in here and then go for a ride. Like, wee, my name's Zi-O. I don't know why his voice is like that for this guy. He's like, I'm going for a ride. Oh, bye-bye, Zi-O. Okay, there. So yeah, you can do all that. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the almost said lock seat again. I keep wanting to say lock seat. I was like stalling it there. The OOO's Ride Watch here. Very, very colorful ride watch. It's super bright. It looks like it's gonna taste like a Jolly Rancher. It's just, yeah, definitely one of the brightest ones. You know, you have this little mode here, 2010, the little Tataba logo there. 2 noises you can pretty much activate without having a driver. Okay, now let's take a look at it in the driver. Okay, let's start with Zi-O's watch. Okay, let's do some attacks now. Okay, now for gates. Okay. Alright, that's pretty much it for that. Probably one of my more favorite ones just because I do love the O sounds and O's in general, even if the color scheme is a little bit loud. Okay, so you pretty much got the gist of that. So, overall, this is kind of a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I think it's got some neat aspects to it. Like right here, I think it looks pretty neat. Again, not my favorite robot design of all time, but I think it's pretty neat. It's a neat toy. I like that it does have some form of functionality with 2 of the main things from the O's line, or the O's line, excuse me, the Zi-O line, which is the ride watches and the figure line. I think that's neat. It's nothing major, but, you know, if you have been collecting one or the other in some form and you get this, it's nice that it functions with that. It is a little bit of a bland looking toy, I think, in just general color design, and same thing for the Time Machine mode, I think is really uninspired, and I wish it had some electronic sounds. Like, all I'm asking for is Time Machine, maybe 2 other sounds. I think that's a missed opportunity. I know that these say it, maybe they want to give you incentive to put the deluxe ones in there, but I feel like this is the type of toy that usually has at least a couple sounds, like, you know, Oz's bike machine and, you know, stuff like Powerdizer. There we go. So yeah, overall, I think if you really are into this and are really like thinking about getting it and want it, I don't think you'll be disappointed. But I wouldn't say it's an absolute must buy, but it is kind of one of the neater things in the Zi-O line. It's just kind of middling for me, I would say. But anyway, until next time, don't forget, comment, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to climb the steps and ring that bell to get the notifications for all my videos. Till next time, DX Rider, signing out.